Welcome to the World of Ability. This is part of the World of Ability podcast network. My name is Sue Roskoff, and I can't tell you how happy I am to be here today and sharing with you all some wonderful friends that are joining us. But what is World of Ability? World of Ability, we are all here together enjoying life and intermixing everybody, no matter what our abilities, whether we have a disability or whether we do not have a disability, we all contribute. We all are here utilizing our strengths to the best of our ability and really showcasing what is available to all of us. We have some great friends joining us. With those, I'm so excited to hear more of the backgrounds, the stories, and the great things that are to come here today. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and bring Emily in for our first introduction. So Emily, come on in.
Oh, welcome everybody. Yeah, the show is all about what they can do, not what they can't do, and so on. That was started just a few years ago. But anyway, our first guest, we met through the Happy Neighborhood Project, and he was generous enough to allow us to have the show on his Zoom today. And he is with Market America, and there's a lot of stuff with Market America. So we're all finally come in here and say a little bit about who you are, what you do. Anything else?
Sure.
Coming out of Florida.
I'm Ralph Dana with Dana Sales, marketamericaShop.com, and I'm in Spring Hill, Florida. And it's a pleasure to be able to help you out to get this message out there. You do a tremendous job of bringing the right people to the show to explain what's going on throughout, not just in our own communities, but throughout the world. And my thing is, everybody has some kind of disability, whether we want to think of it as a disability or not. There's things that we're just not capable of doing as good as other people. It doesn't mean we can't do it. We just have to want to do it and overcome our inhibitions of making sure that we can do what we want to do. People that actually have a disability that you can see, they have different things to overcome, but we need to be able to make it as easy as possible for them to do what they can do, because they can accomplish anything if given a chance. And that's just the way I believe, and that's why I like this platform, and that's why I was willing to jump in when I was able to. Back to you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Ralph. It is always such a pleasure to have you with us. You've gotten to be a good friend over the last few years here, and all that you contribute in all the ways is amazing. And you've done nothing but impressive to me throughout. And actually, before the day's done, we're gonna have to talk about your hat, because there's something special there too. But we'll come back to that. I'm gonna leave that tease right out there. Emily, I'm gonna send it back to you for our next introduction.
Our next person we met through the Happy Neighborhood Project as well. Well, she was living in Hawaii, but is currently now in Mexico. With her Acts of Kindness series. So Marian is an author, app developer, sign language interpreter, and so on. So Marian, why you come in here and say a little more about who you are, what you do?
Well, aloha and hola, Emily. Thank you for always having me as a guest speaker here on the World of Ability. And yes, I was a co-host in Hawaii when H&P started, and I volunteered my services to be the sign language interpreter for the H&P Ability Group. And I'm really excited to be here again today. I am the author of the Acts of Kindness series. Excuse me, we've had a community cough going around here, so if I do some coughing. And we also had in Mexico City, the volcano erupted. So there may be some air quality issues that may be happening to us, and millions of people that live outside of Mexico City in a 60-mile surrounding may be affected also too. So forgive me if I'm coughing a little bit, and I'm gonna make this short and sweet so I can introduce Leanne McLaughlin, who we're partnering the Acts of Kindness series books with. My books are written for animation movies with sign language characters and soundtrack by Lucy Lynch and The Perfect Wave. We have 200 folk manus animal characters that are being of service. One, in the first book, Underwater Acts of Kindness, to tackle the Great Pacific Garbage Patch between Hawaii and California. It features Noah, the hard-of-hearing whale, who's recruited by a sea turtle called the General of the New Earth Army. And my background is in hearing loss. And I was a case manager with the deaf. I interpreted for a beautiful deaf man in Hawaii for over a decade. And we have 500 million people worldwide, millions of moms and dads coming home from being of service who can't hear their own children or grandchildren. And excuse me there, we have a big bike rally down here. There's several motorcycles that are all down here for some big rally down here. So, excuse me again, I'm gonna take a little breath in here. And so that's our first book, Underwater Acts of Kindness. And I'm really excited to share that Leanne, we have just uploaded the book. It's ready for publishing with Clean Water Foundation at the back of the book. We rededicated the book to Boynton Slat of Ocean Cleanup, who had created a gyra, a Jenny gyra. I'm sorry, the gyras are the garbage patch, but a machine to sweep around them to clean up the garbage. And he's on a mission worldwide. It's amazing. So get a chance, go look at Clean Water Foundation with Leanne McLaughlin, what I'm going to introduce, and Ocean Cleanup. We uploaded Rabbit Acts of Kindness, No Bully. We're coming up to Easter next month. Again, that features Harry the hard-of-hearing rabbit, Chelsea the courageous sign language chicken, and Eve the finger-spelling bumblebee. We also have uploaded YouTube videos of Dr. Fingers, the finger-spelling hermit crab, Eve the finger-spelling bumblebee, Chelsea the courageous sign language chicken, and I created coloring books to go with the bundle package with these books. So I'm really excited too, is because we just uploaded Righteous Acts of Kindness that we've been working on. And it features Pono the Hawaiian polo pony who has a deaf rider. And we know what Equus type of therapy is very beneficial for not only for children, people with special needs. And I know some Happy Neighborhood people are doing some major projects on some ranches as well. And we'll let you talk about that, Kurt, a little bit later. But I'm real excited. Righteous Acts of Kindness now is on Kindle. And we will be shipping over these books to the Equus Hotel in March, because Leanne McLaughlin is going to be in Hawaii, where we met at the Equus Hotel. And he'll be there from the 20th to the 25th. We are coordinating a fundraiser at the Equus Hotel on March 23rd. We are talking with Renee, the manager, who's featured in both books. She's Auntie Renee. She is Maid Day. She gives Harry the hard-of-hearing rabbit a flower lei. Oh my gosh, so we can so go out and play. She's also in Righteous Acts of Kindness also too. So the book was a little too short according to Amazon's requirements. So we added coloring pages of us with our floral leis, the author, the writer, the singer, and Auntie Renee. So it will be published not only as a part-time book, but also a coloring book all in one. How exciting is that? Never put this in my vision board or my bucket list or to-do list, but the creativity has been there, and it's been a great, exciting journey to create these characters. And I will be working on Cool Acts of Kindness, featuring Waterflow the whale and Brittany the bye-bye polar bear. We have Mr. Penmanship the penguin back there for Greenpeace, and we have a robot again for Ocean Cleanup organization as well. So that is for climate change. And many things are happening, as I just expressed. The volcano just exploded in Mexico City a couple of days ago. So we'll be impacted with air quality down here, and it can affect worldwide. We have different things that are happening in California, the series of storms, etc. So we don't know what's going to happen this year. And we are going to be creating, again, this Cool Acts of Kindness book for climate change, featuring another 50 folk manus puppets. So I'm so grateful that I'm here today, that I'm feeling better. Again, there's been a huge bad cough going around, and able to drink clean water as well. in getting that. So again, this volcano, Leon, exploded 60 of a radius of 60 miles. Millions of people be affected, and just the winds taking these ashes, getting them into the water quality for people. And I will let Leon talk a little bit more about Clean Water Foundation and what I got to do this week. I got to join the Parrot Heads here in San Carlos, and there's many other organizations. And we're going to do a fundraiser in the fall for San Carlos to bring water filters down here. And one of the members has already requested 2 filters for her home and a friend. So we're making some good waves here in the new year of 2024. Leon's been on tour. He was in Las Vegas. We want to hear about it. He was at the Super Bowl. He was at the Bellagio with these amazing singers and artists. So I'm going to shift this over to Leon right now. And Leon, tell us what you've been up to in the last 2 months. And next month you'll be in Hawaii. And I'm going to do the fundraiser here in San Carlos in the fall. So Leon McLaughlin, would you please take it away, and Clean Water Foundation. So go out and play. It's Mariana of Waikiki.
Thank you so much, Mariana. And thank you, Kurt and Emily and Susan. We couldn't have never done it without all of you guys helping us spread the word on how we're bringing water to children around the world. And like Mariana said, with the acts of kindness, for us to be teaming up with her, teaming up with the World of Ability, teaming up with a new magazine that's coming out, Gold Coast, that will be on the cover of the Gold Coast magazine in May with CEO Don Hunter, with the private equity groups that we're now closing quickly to fund a lot of our water projects around the world. To have that fundraiser in Waikiki at the Equus Hotel with Mariana's people for the deaf and the blind, it's just been an amazing journey. And it proves how working together works. We're on a really great run right now. And all of you guys that's been helping us put all this together, along with the corporate people that we're getting involved, is going to be an amazing journey. And it's just like you said, Mariana, with that volcano. We're having an issue with the Hopi and Navajo, where we're starting this new project called No Haul, like hauling uranium that these mines are reopening, and the trucks. And when they haul the uranium, it comes out of the trucks and it gets into the land and the water, just like you said. And that's what the Hopi is facing right now. They were on a 10-year protest, and now the uranium mines just got approved to reopen up. So they're doing the new protest called No Haul. So you're right. Once, like the volcano, when you're trucking this uranium through, it affects their water. And that's what we're fighting for the Hopi and Navajo reservation. We're now in over 40 different countries, but our latest project is like what Marianne said, doing a fundraiser in Mexico, the fundraiser in Hawaii for the deaf and blind school. Maybe we can have enough funds to go into Maui and some schools, because we can't forget about Maui, along with the Hopi and Navajo reservation. So we're doing some great things, just like she said, in Vegas, to get David Osborne. He's like one of the greatest pianists in the world, played for 7 different presidents at the White House. We got Teddy Davis, a singer out of Vegas, that's a good friend of Lionel Richie, that has written a song called Embrace the Child for us, along with our new partner, Don Hunter from Gold Coast Magazine. So we're doing some really great things. And if we didn't have the support of the World of Ability, Mariana Waikiki, we couldn't have never did it. So working together definitely works. If anybody would like to join us, you can go to our website, www.cleanwaterfoundationwa.org. We're a nonprofit organization. So any donations, you get a write-off. And we're just happy to be part of the World of Ability, and with Mariana Waikiki and Kurt and Sue and Emily, that's helping us promote children getting clean water from around the world. So thank you very much.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Leon. You have so many good things in the works and so much to look forward to. You can't beat having a fundraiser in Hawaii. What a great way to go. So many good things going on there too. And I know you'll have some connections there. I know, like Marianne was saying, getting to meet Auntie Renee, that's going to be amazing too. I'm excited for all that. I do want to keep moving here into our other guests so we can get everybody on screen here before too much longer. Emily, if you want to go ahead and introduce our next person, please.
I believe our next person we met through Helpopedia. There was the CEO of Council Academy, working with like middle and high school students, the younger age range of students. Maybe my say a little more about who you are, what you do.
Thanks again, Emily. Thank you for the introduction. Again, thanks, a lot of thanks to Sue and Kurt for having me here as well. So this is a very special, I'm really grateful to be able to speak here in the World of Ability podcast, because as I really totally agree with what Ralph said regarding the special needs people. They can do everything as general people can do. I mean, it's sort of embarrassing for me to say that before, when I was growing up, like during my childhood, teenagehood, I didn't have any interaction, or I didn't know anyone who was neurodiverse or belonged to that population. But post-marriage, when I had kids, I had a son who is special needs now. So that's how close interaction now I'm having with people who are special needs. So again, I would like to admit that we really do not understand them properly. I, being the mother of a child with special needs, I couldn't understand him. My son is autistic. He's now 12 and he's non-speaking. So since he cannot communicate, I, even being a mother, couldn't understand what his ability was. While I was working full-time till 2019, I didn't even know what he understood. I thought he didn't know anything. And I do feel so emotional saying those things at the moment, that it was so ignorant of me. A parent shouldn't be like that. So, but I would say as COVID hit in 2020, I got the opportunity, which was life-changing. The schools shut down and I started working with him with the online classes because he needs a facilitator, As I started working here with him day after day, month after month, initial phase was a bit rough, like the initial first 2 months. But as I started working with him and knowing him more, I started, experimenting certain things with him to help him communicate. And there were so many pleasant shocks. I understood that this boy is so interested in STEM, and I have no idea where he learned those from, because I'm 100%, I didn't teach it to him. And the school also, they really don't believe in their abilities, to be honest. I myself, as a mother, if I cannot believe in them, so how will the school do that? I don't blame them. So as I started exploring him more, I saw that this boy has got a deep interest in biology and physics. He told me that he doesn't like chemistry that much, but it was, and not only that, somehow he could frame sentences, he could write sentences. My son also has a fine motor apraxia. That's why he cannot write on his own. Like, he cannot type. But if supported with, supported like this under his wrist, he can do everything. He can type, he can write. So when I learned that, I took videos of me working with him and sent to the schools, but they were very skeptic and they didn't believe. They thought that I was doing it for him. So gradually what happened, as he started growing, he was, he started working with others as well. He could generalize, and now in school, they believe in him. And I think by next year, he is going to apply for the NWA state level tests in Connecticut with facilitated communication. So starting from this journey, the reason I gave this introduction of my son is that I thought while I was working with him, there could be other students as well whose parents didn't believe in them. So there could be more like him. So as I mentioned, we started a STEM curriculum for middle school kids. So I introduced the placement test. I mean, it's a test where we just check the knowledge of the students, where they are at, their knowledge. My son was very interested in appearing for that, but I had no idea how to make that happen because he cannot write answers. They were MCQ questions, but he would get overwhelmed by seeing those questions in the, in the same sheet, how it was an overload of sensation. So what we did is that I broke it down into one slide with one question and 4 multiple choice options so that he doesn't get overwhelmed and it's clear and clearly he can point out. So this worked amazingly with him and he could complete all the tests. So I thought, why not share it with the other parents who are looking for opportunities for the special needs kids who are smart, but they're not getting the opportunity. So as I reached out, there were about 4 or 5 special needs kids who actually tested. And now 2 kids are there who are in our pre-AP biology program. Both of the kids are amazingly smart. They can learn. I don't know how they learn. Their process is very different. That's why I totally agree with what Ralph said, that they can do everything that we can do, maybe more. But they need the support. They need the accommodation, a little bit of adjustment. That's why I introduced this special needs STEM program, which is running. We are going to enroll more students as they come. I'm working with a special needs advocate from University of Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania State University. And she's working with me actively in introducing my services to other parents who need the opportunity, who need the service, and who need to believe in their children, what they can do. So this has been my journey till now, and I want to reach out to more parents. We have an organization in Stamford, Connecticut, who actually trained me in the facilitated communication. I did a course with them last year. When I told them about my son and this program with the other special needs kids, they said that maybe we could invite you to come and do this in person, not online, because online they would need facilitators and all. Maybe you could come and show or work. I said that I'm not a professional. I'm only a parent trying to figure out how the kids learn. So this has been my journey so far with the special needs education.
I love that. The perspective of a parent, it's close, it's personal. It is something that you have experienced. And I love to hear that transition of where you were before attempting all the things that you have here and to see where you've grown to. I absolutely love the story. So thank you so much for sharing with us. I'm looking forward to hearing more, actually. I know we do have one more person here that will be joining us as well. So let's go ahead and I'm going to pass this back to Emily, and we got to see how this timing is because I know he's starting a show pretty quick here. So go ahead, Emily.
So we have Earl from Iowa, who is a DJ podcaster, is doing an internet radio showing it very quickly here. And it's about having a podcasters conference this fall. So, Earl, why don't we say a little more about who you are, what you do, what you're 30.
All right, everyone. Well, I am Earl Williams, and yeah, I'm the owner of Night Wolf Event DJ Service here in Waterloo, Iowa. I am a internet radio host, podcaster. I'm also a podcast creation coaching consultant. And I've got a lot of things happening this year that I'm really looking forward to. And plus, well, now I'm also helping out with the membership drive for our local Lions Club. Lions International is known worldwide and is one of the largest civic organizations worldwide. And plus, I'm also on the planning committee for a 4-day Civil War reenactment coming up later on this year that I'm going to be DJing at. And I'm helping them plan it out because a friend of mine is doing it, so I got wrangled into doing it. And yeah, I'm getting ready to do my internet radio set as of right now, so I got to go live. So bear with me just a moment here, folks, while I get situated. And we're going to get rolling here on Crucial Sounds Radio. So bear with me just a quick moment.
Welcome to the home, Night Wolf Event DJ LLC, Iowa's complete wedding day service provider. There's much more to Night Wolf than just being a wedding DJ. I am also a fully ordained minister, event planner, day of coordinator, lighting specialist, content creator, and much more. Everyone is like a member of my family. I can and will make your day a complete success. As I am with
I think this is awesome that we get to do this. I get real.
day and time for a video conference together and make your event what you want it to be. Night Wolf is your first call for weddings and special events. Look us up at nightwolfeventdj.com, then call 319-400-7583 today.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Crucial Sounds Radio. I'm your host, DJ Wolfden, coming to you live from Eastern Iowa once more. This is my usual Saturday set. So, we're going to start off with a brand new artist that I interviewed just a couple days ago. He is a Iowa native, and his name is Scott Kirkhart. So we're going to be starting off with Moonshine and Mason Jar by Scott, and then followed by that new release by Beyonce, Lainey Wilson, Brian Kelly, just to name a few, coming to you next. Grab on and hang on. And thank you for tuning in to Crucial Sounds Radio. Hey, if you've got requests, come on into the chat room, crucialsoundsradio.uk.
Excellent. It's
All
kind
right,
of fun.
there
We
we
get
go.
some behind the scenes. They all hear
Yeah,
you. We get to see you too.
Yeah, that's what I sort of referred to a minute ago. So then we got to have two shows going on at the same time.
So, and with that, I think we're going to go ahead and bring everyone on in here and open up the conversation with this crew. So let me bring everyone up. And I'm going to start out though with, I know you guys all heard each other a bit here. Does anybody have any questions for each other as we get started? Otherwise, I've got a few things I can share too, but I just want to open that up if anyone has anything they wanted to share right away or ask.
Well, I just wanted to share with the Council Academy through my journey as at the Unity Church of Hawaii when I was interpreting for Scott. We had many people visit all over the world, great speakers. And I had met, I call her an angel because I had given her my first book, Underwater Acts of Kindness, and I explained it to her. And she took it to Maui, to the Department of Education. And for some unknown reason, I'm approved for the social emotional learning curriculum.
That's great.
So I wanted to share that with you. I'd like to talk with you a little bit, or I'd say talk to you about a little bit more. And I enjoy creating because my experience was I was a case manager with the deaf 30-some years ago at a mental health agency with adults. And And through my journey and interpreting through guided meditation, I was guided. I'm going to write a series of children's sign language books with puppets, and I'm having a blast. And I got to interpret for Scott for over 10 years. He lost his hearing at age 7. He worked with autistic children. He worked for an audiologist, and he decided to relocate to California. And I said, okay, I encourage you. And what's your plan? And well, guess what? He became a veterinary assistant. He got certified in California. So dreams really do come true with people. There's so much smart. What I learned more from him, or because I had been out of the field, I was in medical sales. But what I learned from him was more about the vibration, Marianne. It's all about the vibration. And actually, I became a Reiki master with him. He was a Reiki master, or he was Reiki level 1, 2. We got our masters through another Unity Church, Linda Wyatt, who joined us at the beginning of the year. Remember, Linda talked about Reiki with us, and it was just amazing. So it was another step that I learned later in life in regards to losing senses, how to use those senses, how to meditate. I lost some of my hearing in an accident as well. And through chiropractic treatment, some of my hearing came back, and to find out really what the root is. And we have highlighted again hearing loss. And I was able to do things over there within limitation. And I went sailing with him. I lived on a sailboat. Well, guess what? Captain Bob, the sailing instructor, was a chiropractor. So guess what? Who worked on me right after we got done sailing? Who released my tension in my neck, the back pain, some of the vertigo, some of the ringing in the ears, and his wife was an acupuncturist as well. So sometimes we have misplaced energies in our body that infect us, starting at birth to whatever we go through, and just kind of releasing them and learning more about the delta and alpha waves and the pineal gland. It's just amazing. And I'm continuing to do that and learn that. So I listen to sound therapy all the time, 24/7, in the middle of the night. There's different ones called solfeggio frequencies, and I'm known to talk about that with other people. There's ones for sinus congestion within 15 minutes. Boom, there's release. It's just frequency music. And I want to highlight too, because I just listened to Steve Ramona, who had Leon and I last fall on his show, who had another person talking about rehabilitation with people and the programs and using sound therapy. And so it just kind of sparked me in a different level, myself too. And through the pandemic, I was advocating, not people know it's to be hard of hearing because your mask, you can't read your lips. And sign language is a solution for social spatial distancing, especially for all children, all ages of the heart now. We all kind of went through our experience, what it's like to be 6 feet apart, and what you can understand and what you can't understand, and the frustration and the reading the lips and the facial expressions and the person who can be isolated. And we have, again, millions of people worldwide with a hearing loss, ringing in the ears, tinnitus. A lot of military moms and dads, or people in general, do have it. And so all those things can kind of set different things off for the learning ability. And I just learned something new too. I said, why do dogs tilt their heads? Because they have a hearing, they want to be able to hear. And so where their ears are balanced in their ears shows how they tilt their head, because they really want to hear what you're talking about. So every day is a new day. And as long as we can kind of share that information, and yes, give a person all avenues of communication, whatever their style is. And I really believe that this Acts of Kindness series, by bringing these books into animation movies, and no one has done it with sign language characters. We have a soundtrack that sounds like whales and dolphins, and we have messages to leave to the world, because I was guided. This is my next purpose. You're going to write a series of books: ocean cleanup, anti-bullying, and now climate change. So it's going to be for all ages of the heart. I'm really excited. So it's great to talk with you and what children kind of go through, and you know, how we can all just kind of benefit everybody in the world about it. So one other thing I wanted to share with you, above me is a screen here. My Fiverr team is in Pakistan, and they've helped me create these graphic designs here. So Donors Choose is an organization, and a special education teacher introduced me to that when I came back from my first sailing book signing tour. And she told me about Donors Choose, and she requested 50 books for her classroom. Within 2 weeks, she was funded. Amazon shipped out the books. The class read the books for ocean cleanup in Hawaii, and they loved it. So then I went out with a slideshow with the finger puppets, the larger puppets. We passed them around. The principal was there. The other teachers came. They're like, you know, we were the talk of the town, and we talked story. We passed the puppets around. I taught the ASL finger spelling alphabet, and it was a great experience. So just wanted to share that with you too. By bringing these books into animation movies, just think we're going to benefit the world wide. Okay. No one has done anything in animation movies with sign language characters. So thank you so much for having me here, and great to meet everybody. And looking forward to you, Earl and Leon and Emily and Kurt, to help us make a PSA for this fundraising. It's just so exciting with networking here and meeting all that stuff. So thank you again. DonorsChoose.org. Again, all classroom teachers can get copies of the books, and my website is actsofkindnessseries.com. That's actsofkindnessseries.com. Mahalo, I'm Marianne of Waikiki.
Thank you. It was great learning about you, and amazing, amazing services, especially the animation movies for sign language kids. That's wonderful.
Oh, it's for all ages of the heart, but yes, that's our specialty. That's our niche. And just to let you know too, what I learned through Donors Choose and these pop-up books, 3% of children's books have characters with a disability, where we have millions of people worldwide with a disability. We want to say the world of ability, but we need to recognize this, and it can happen at any time. Okay. Doesn't mean you're born with a disability. You can middle ear infection from swimming in a pool, to a loud noise, a gunshot, you know, hunting. People are hunters, to our military, to a stroke fit person. So it's just not targeted to any specific person or anything like that. So if we all come together and help and find solutions, and that's what we're doing here. And again, like Leon says, we're all networking here. We're a team here. We're making it happen. So thank you again, World of Ability, Sue, Kurt, Emily, for always being here supporting us. Lawrence Wingate, Wingate Studios, and Transform You Media out of Canada. Jay, wow. Every day is a new day here. And so go out and play is my tagline. So back to you, Sue.
Thank you so much. And actually, I wanted to dive in a little bit. Well, you know what? I did throw a tease out there earlier. I should follow up on that. Ralph, do you want to come in and tell us about your hat? Do you have a moment if you want to share? Because I actually think it's pretty dang cool that you have that. You're like the only guy out there with that one. And there's a story behind there.
Yeah, I'm part of HNP. Edwin wears the same hat. He had him in the background. He put out a challenge. I really expected more people to achieve the challenge, and evidently I was the only one that did. So I did get the hat sent to me, and I've been wearing it proudly to most of my meetings. And you know, it's just nice to be part of the community. Getting back with, I would like to get in touch with Natalie. There's a doctor I work with out of Orlando. His name is Dwight Franklin. He works with autistic children, and they're finding that a lot of the problems isn't just, you know, people think it's from them getting shots. You know, there's all different speculations of how autism is, but they're finding a lot of it has to do with diet. Not saying they have a cure, but they've been working with supplements and vitamins and changing their eating habits and getting their digestive system working the way it should, better than what it was. And hopefully once they get them better, but they're seeing changes in the children that were violent aren't violent anymore. Children that couldn't comprehend anything are starting to comprehend. So they're seeing breakthroughs. And as long as they keep making those breakthroughs, we will have it where we can get rid of it. And I would like to put them together. He's a great guy. He is part of Market America. And we have no financial ties to each other, but he does remarkable work.
I love hearing that because there are so many people that are working so hard to figure out how to make life better for everybody. And for each of us, that means something different, right? We all have different strengths. We all have different weaknesses. We all have pieces that can be improved. And sometimes whether it could be a nutritional item, whether it's our attitude, whether it's our self-esteem, whatever it is, even skills we have yet to learn, because it takes practice, it takes learning, it takes being open to possibilities to know where can we go, what can we do, how can we get better. And for all of us, that's something different, because for the ways to get better, it could be communicating with somebody who is hard of hearing. Could we learn sign language? It could be, I'm having a gut issue. How do I make that better? It could be just an attitude piece of, I know I can do better, but what's it going to take for me to get, even in some ways, how do I get over myself so that I can get to where I need to be? And improvement, it means something different for all of us. And that's where I love that we can have all the different perspectives here and all the different skills that we all currently have that we can share out. I know with Nivedita, when she was talking previously, we had a conversation where she was sharing about a science camp that she does. And right away, it's like, wait a second. Oh my gosh, I'm looking forward to furthering that conversation too, because I've got a similar experience where I got to help put on a science camp. And I think our audiences that we were working with, I'm not sure if how similar they were. And I'm curious with what I've done, maybe that would be able to be of help for what she's doing now, or you just never know. And that's one of the things I love about this, being able to put our minds together and to make life better for those that we're working with. So Ralph, I love what you're saying there, that there's somebody that you're aware of that is making improvements for people. You just never know what that right thing is going to be for somebody. So the fact that you're able to share that, and maybe that will make a difference for someone along the way, I love that. And thank you for bringing that up. I just want to throw that back over here if anyone else has any thoughts right away with that.
Well, I just want to share again, solfeggio frequencies are raising your vibration. When you vibrate high, you attract what you want. When you vibrate low, you attract negativity. And sometimes you don't know what's going on. And if you can change the vibration and your frequency and your mind thought, wherever you're at. I'm fortunate. I got some sunshine today. I used to be a Michigander and, living out in sunshine, and all those kind of things do affect, and hearing loss and environments. Eating out at a restaurant gets really, really challenging to hear. People with hearing aids, they miss out, or they get depressed and don't want to participate, and it's a challenge. And I myself, after acquiring a hearing loss myself, and a lot of my vertigo was relieved because of upper cervical chiropractic treatment, specifically for vertigo, the head and neck. And that opened up the blood flow to the, being stuck. And that was, due to a car accident or just, I enjoyed life. But what I'm getting at is changing some of those frequencies and using those words of affirmation. I am able, I am willing, and to change your mindset. And my neighbor, she fell and broke her hip. And so I kind of set and I looked at myself too and go, what are my limitations today? Because there's days I can get everything done, and then there's days I just can't. And even if you set like 1 or 2, 3 goals that I can't clean my whole house today, I'm going to clean my corner of my room. I can't do this today. I'm going to do 3 things so that I can get to that goal or whatever I got to do. And, you know, it can be a mindset with everything and getting accomplished. And, you know, the world is changing so much too with all this artificial information, which is really challenging for a lot of people, because I'm getting bombarded with it and I don't know who's real or not. And I got a Tony Robbins asking me about my stuff. And now Tony Robinson's actually repeating everything in artificial intelligence back to me about my project. So who's really real and who's not? So those are other things you really kind of got to think about too as well, and what's going to be taking over different things and how it's going to influence people as well. And anyway, that was my piece, but I do listen to Solfeggio frequencies. Again, helps with ridding virus, uplifting, calming music, studying music, Reiki. I got it for my neck, my back, whatever's going on that day. Every day it changes. And it, you know, think of the children too. They're on a playground. They're moving their little bodies. They're coming out. They're growing. Their joint pains hurt. Come on, my teeth are coming in. Puberty. All these things are changing physiologically inside a person's body, and their brain is growing. And you know, different sensations come at different times, and just being kind of aware of it. So, and I kind of avoid. I'm somewhat of a social person, but I do avoid going out after dark because it's hard for me to hear. It's hard for me to read lips. I know I'm in a different country. I know the people who I know, but it just gets overwhelming, and I don't want to have to deal with it. So, you know, I just tell, you know, people, I don't go after 6. I'm home, I'm watching some movies or working on my projects early in the morning, which is exciting with my Fiverr team. And yeah, so I'm really excited to share those books. So everybody has different things to do as well. And the good news, Sue, is my Fiverr guy, Syed, who created the books, said, let's dance. Congratulations. So I had gone through a list of songs, and I go, well, I know you're in Pakistan. I'm sure you've heard all the pop artists, but I really couldn't pick out one. So I found Lady Gaga, and I played it on my laptop, and my neighbor comes out, she's in Canada, and she just sparks up right away. So music is very, very beneficial again. And I'm highlighting that because Steve Ramona just had Andrew on his show, and I watched it, how they're using music therapy with rehabilitation with people who have been to rehab clinics, etc. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of an aha moment and everything like that. So if something negative or bad's going on, put on that good song for 3 minutes, get up and dance, shift your energy, and change your attitude. Go take a shower, you know, so I just wanted to share that. It was a learning lesson this week. So again, I can't thank you enough. Happy Neighborhood Projects, all the people who we've met to be on these different shows, these different products that all can benefit everybody. So back to you, Sue. Thank you so much.
Excellent. And you know, I actually was thinking about you these last few days. I had the fortune of being able to be with some family earlier this week, but unfortunately it was for a sad reason, because I actually lost an uncle. I mean, love the guy. He's 94 years old, had a wonderful, wonderful life. And I have so many stories about my uncle from when I was younger. Such a great guy. And we're at the funeral, and I'm learning after the fact, actually, I know my dad has hearing aids. He has a lot of hearing loss, worked a lot of machinery in his lifetime, and found out afterwards, like the eulogy that my cousin got up in front and spoke, he said he didn't hear a word of it. Not a word. I'm like, oh my gosh. She almost had me in tears multiple. I mean, what she said was wonderful. And he couldn't hear a word of it. And then when we were all together for a luncheon piece as well afterwards, I know he struggled with the background noise, with all that. He can't hear what's going on. And I feel so bad for the guy
You're
because
listening
he's,
to DJ Wolfden
oh,
on
go ahead.
Crucial Sounds Radio, and I'm also live over on the World of Ability podcast. So we're double dipping this afternoon. I've still got a lot more great music in store for you. I may even incorporate some reggae for those reggae listeners out there this weekend. I've got a lot more coming at you with Brittany Kellogg, Chris Stapleton, Brooks and Dunn, Chase Matthew, and a whole bunch more coming to you next, right here on Crucial Sounds.
Excellent. Crucial Sounds, even that name, what a great name for the radio station. So it makes me appreciate the abilities that I do have. I was able to hear my cousin. I could have conversations while we were sitting at the table. Sometimes it takes realizing what other people struggle with to realize the blessings we have ourselves. Because knowing that he could not hear what was going on and couldn't appreciate the words that were being said at that moment, I was able to take it in. And I know most of us that were there could, but gosh, until you have those moments where you realize what others are missing, like the sound, the ability to hear, that one actually, it really hit me. And I know that's just one example of in our everyday life, how we're interacting with other people, that you don't know what their experience is. If you're out and about and you realize that somebody's not reacting to what you said in a way you were kind of maybe expecting, maybe they didn't hear you. Maybe it was something as simple as they just didn't catch what you were saying. And it's a simple thing, but that's a reality. Even people that have hearing aids in, they may not have heard what was going on. And sorry, that one kind of hits home in a different way for me this week, and how my week went. So Ralph, I wanted to come back to you with you've got a lot of things that you have going on in your world. I'm wondering what you want to share with us maybe today with something that maybe has happened to you in the last week or two. Do you have any stories that you want to share with us that relates? Because I know you've already done some, but I just wanted to open that possibility up here. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I'm working more with my Conquer Entertainment, and that's the background I just put up there. And part of it is because we do have Earl, the DJ, on there. Conquer Entertainment, we're not a management service at all for upcoming artists. I do have a Facebook page where I'm looking for artists, and the specifications for them to get involved with us is they have to have 10,000 followers on any one given social media. And the reason why we want it on one media is because a lot of followers will follow them on multiple social medias. So we want the 10,000. If they have 10,000 followers, we'll give them a website where their followers can then, from the clothes they're wearing to the instruments they're playing, can click on it. It'll take them to a store where they can buy the product, whether it be the clothes, the instruments, and the artist gets the retail value for that sale. But most of it is done through Market America products. One of the pictures that you'll see is DJ Callan. He endorsed our Turn Up. It was Turn Up is an energy drink that you mix with water. They put his picture on the box. He did $10,000 in sales that night from that product. He, not all the artists are in that category, but we've had artists where they're doing their road shows, they're losing money because they got their bus that the bus driver, they have to pay the gas, their band. So a lot of times the artists themselves weren't taking home any money, but they have to be there in front of their audience to get there to move up to where they want to be. So by doing this for them and giving them a platform where they can make money, because most artists are only making between 1 and 3 cents on their songs because of all the streaming today. So they're able to make more money doing this and do what they love doing, which is entertain. And we put a platform together with them. Like I said, we're not managers or anything like that. We work with their managers if they want us to. We don't do any booking appointments. It's just so that they can get their product sold, make some money, and do what they love doing. So I'm looking for people to join me. My Facebook Conquer page is open to the public. They get to share, they get to post videos of their songs. They get to share information. They get to tell where they're gonna be the next time for entertaining. So it's a great platform for them, and it's totally free.
Yeah, I just want to share with you too, Ralph. Sorry, I'm sneezing here, so forgive me if I follow Lucy Lynch on Facebook because I'm not in Hawaii, and I've always done in her singing. And yes, she had posted similar things about being a musical artist and making, pennies on Spotify. And she's made amazing videos, and we had communicated, and she said she wasn't playing with the band after COVID, which I understand. A lot of venues have shut down. And yeah, the van costs, bringing the musicians there, setting it all up, and they love to play. They're amazing. So she had to make a decision as being a band leader, or with the band, that they decided it was not feasible for them to go out and do that. Now, however, I hope that they have a reunion with Leon and the Echoes Hotel, who does bring in musicians, to maybe have a reunion with them and do an amazing fundraiser and make sure that they are compensated. And, I see the future that they will, because these are the soundtracks. So yes, it is. Or just for anybody doing a lot of different things. So we're grateful that you guys have these platforms on Zoom that has been very educational, and I don't want to say no cost to us, but somehow someone is paying for the lights and the bills and the fundraising, the ideas. And but we're all in it together, and we want to support different artists in all different ways. And so thank you so much for sharing that, because yes, that's another thing that I learned.
Oh, come on. I even put a tiny bit of barbecue sauce.
I'm going to have a sneezing fit now, so I'm going to just turn off here. So lo siento, cough, breathing. But thank you so much for having me here. I'm Mariana Waikiki, the author in Acts of Kindness series. And yeah, so grateful that I'll be receiving funding so I can continue this journey and bring these to animation movie, because this is what the world is, and we are the good news, and we are the messengers. Back to you, Sue.
Awesome. Thank you, Marianne. Always so good to have you here and bringing all the pieces you do. Got your book right here. So much fun. You're on our minds here a lot. And actually, I should give a chance for Earl, if you would like to come on back in here and share anything more about things that are going on in your corner of the world. We would love to hear from you. I know you got the
sure.
other things going on in the background there as well, but timing is good.
Yeah, basically, now that I'm also a part of Lions International and the Waterloo Lions Club, I'm helping them out with membership, because our club is kind of small right now, and the main focus that we've been talking about here lately is coming up with ways to attract new members. So I have already arranged, basically I already had the representative from the city of Waterloo, from the mayor's office, come out and do a live video session with us at one of our club meetings. And I'm also talking to a lot of other people as well. Lions International is known worldwide as one of the largest civic organizations known worldwide, and has been in existence for a long time. Plus, I'm also on the planning committee for a new 4-day Civil War reenactment coming up here in Iowa, short distance away from me. And because a friend of mine talked me into doing this, and it's like, when she first asked me, it was like, okay, I'm scratching my head here. Like, okay, what the hell am I going to be doing? But yeah, I'm going to be providing music. I'll be doing the MC work, running a first aid tent. So I'm going to be doing a lot of roles during that whole event. And then let's see, what else have I got going on here? Plus, I've got some other events I'm trying to get planned out. I'm expanding the DJ business into Minnesota and Wisconsin now. So that, plus eventually I plan to do the RV living. So I'm going to be taking everything out on the road, which I'm looking forward to once I can get that accomplished. But yeah, I love what I do, being, especially on Saturday afternoons, getting to spend time with you folks here, and also being on the radio at the same time, because it's kind of a best of both worlds. I think Kurt would agree with me on that one.
For sure.
So, but yeah, that's basically what I've been doing. I've been doing the DJ business for 22 years, and the podcasting, internet radio for going on 15 years. So I've got a lot of experience under my belt and love what I do. Awesome. To me, it's all about helping others. And something also with Lions International, we assist people with eyeglasses, hearing aids. We have a glaucoma testing service. We also have a leader dog organization, and we also have a eye bank at the University of Iowa in Iowa City. So there's a lot of things that Lions clubs do for people in the community. Because the main thing that with Lions is our motto is we serve. And so this is basically the Lions way of being able to serve the community.
I love that. I know there's actually a long history with the Lions organizations here locally with Kurt's family. So that's something that goes way back. They're very prevalent in our local area here too. I'm kind of curious. I know we've actually, as a family, we've belonged with several different organizations. Community organizations really are huge. That makes such an impact locally and actually reaches out to the international level as well. We've been very involved with Optimist International, and I'm always surprised how that particular organization, people don't really know what it's about. That one's all about being friend of youth, bringing out the best in kids. And we even have been participating in the local oratorical and essay contests, and they have an oratorical. There's a contest specifically for the deaf and hard of hearing. So that is a piece that Kurt's actually spearheaded multiple years around here and helped make that piece be a reality locally here. I'm kind of curious with our group. I bet there's other organizations that you guys have been associated with or familiar with what's been going on. Actually, I'm going to throw it over to Emily. Is there any organizations you personally have been working with any time in your lifetime? I'm not sure if that is a thing in your world or not, but I figure I'm going to ask everyone here. Go ahead, Emily.
I mean, I'm aware of Lions in Kiwanis and there's Lions and then there's like the Kiwanis organization, and I haven't really done too much with those, but I know I'm aware of them. So
they're active in your area.
Yeah.
Excellent. Ralph, how about you?
Active with the Kiwanis Club. Locally, actually, there's 3 different chapters in our community, because we had so many people, but the times didn't fit for everybody.
That's
So
great.
they just broke out into different groups. The other one that I was big in with when I was back in New Jersey was the New Jersey JCs. I was the president of a local chapter, but the New Jersey JCs, they really went above and beyond. They realized there was a need for children that had disabilities. So they went out and bought a camp in Pennsylvania and opened it up for children with disabilities. And it was completely free for the children. We had it professionally staffed. Each chapter of the New Jersey JCs took 1 or 2 cabins every year to make any repairs and painting and fixing up to get it ready for the next season. You know, the organizations really do a great job. And JCs, the Kiwanis, the Rotary Club, the Lions, they all do fundraisers, and most of them keep those funds in the community that they raise them in. And so anybody that can support any one of those organizations, it's a great thing to do. And it just helps so many people that you'll never meet, and most of them will never meet you, but they'll be very grateful for everything that you do for them.
Yep, and I will say that anyone out there is interested in becoming a member of Lions International, just go to lionsclubs.org. And you'll be able to find your local club that way and be able to get in contact with them. And all you have to do is just attend a meeting to fill out the short application to become a member, and they'll automatically, that day, you'll automatically become a member. And, you know, it's very worthwhile. Because my dad was also a member of Lions. He served every position in our home club. Plus, he served as district governor for the state of Iowa. And what's fun is being able to get to attend international conventions, especially when they're held here in the States. Those are fun.
Excellent. Yeah. Community organizations and plugging in is such a great way to make, and to me personally, I think it makes a difference for literally everybody. It makes a difference for us personally. I mean, I get satisfaction out of what I do, whether it's knowing that the funds raised is going to a good place, or just, I don't know about you guys, but I get a lot of personal satisfaction just from being able to help, contribute in some way, whatever that is. And you never know what it might be. You know, it depends on what it could be at the event that just took place. You got a hot dog sale going on, you know, whatever it is. It just, you don't know what, you can participate in so many different ways. I think sometimes about things like Project Die Hard. That particular organization is all about providing hope, and that specifically with their organization, providing hope for veterans and to reduce the suicide prevalence that's out there. When I think about that, people need a reason, they need something to look forward to. And when you get to that point in your life where you've lost all hope, there's got to be something that you can look at and say, there's an event coming up. I want to go to that event. Well, hey, if there's something out there that you want to go do, there's that hope that is inherently there, because you have something to look towards, to look forward to. So with these different organizations, they provide so much in so many ways that we don't even all know, right? Because I think even with our Optimist Club here, there are different committees, there's different pieces within that one club. That's all about providing hope for children, or providing, it is all about Friend of Youth and benefiting the kids in our local community. And it's not just providing a scholarship for, I mean, they will provide scholarships for the best students to go on to college and do different things, but it's the other possibilities that exist as well. They provide funds for I think they contributed towards like the robotics club and different sporting events and different all sorts of ways to provide for local kids here. It's a national or it's an international organization, so they are making an impact all over the globe. The other organizations I heard mentioned here as well, I know they're making impacts as well. I honestly don't know what the focus is exactly for all the different organizations since I have not personally been a member of them. Ralph, I heard you say with the JCs that what they did for that camp. Is that what else is there like a motto or a focus? Like I said, friend of youth is the big thing for Optimus. With the JCs and the Kiwanis, is there something in a nutshell like that too that says what those organizations focus on?
No, the Kiwanis are for the kids, and even adults. The JCs, it's basically Junior Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
So you're learning how to run a business within them, but you're doing it for charity. We did things for muscular dystrophy, a March of Dimes. So it depends on the chapter who they want to donate their money to. And people come to the chapters and say, hey, we need some support. This is what we're trying to accomplish and we need funds. So they do those fundraisers. Someone asked me, why would you pay to be a volunteer? Because to be in these organizations, the organizations need money to function. So is it expensive? No, it's not expensive, but you're giving some of your money, but you're giving your time. And someone asked me, why would you do that? And I says, I got to play Santa Claus for the Kiwanis Club at their Polar Express.
I love that.
And a little girl sat on my lap. I asked her what she wanted for Christmas, and she said, I just want my family to be happy.
Oh, wow.
And then other kids come and sit on your lap and say, this is the best day of my life. Because you gave them some hot dog and some soda and some cookies.
Amazing.
Well, I just want, oh, that's amazing. Oh, I don't.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm in Mexico. I didn't know if you were shifting over to the speaker. Through my journey, thank you for sharing, Ralph. When I was a case manager with the deaf at a mental health agency out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, my first real job, so to speak, I got to work for like I'll say I stayed with one company, but I joined Quota International and I was a board liaison. So because I had clients who were in need of products, such as way back when, a TTY, talking telephone. This is showing 30 years ago. And these were different technologies that were coming out for the deaf. Harp Mercantile was a company. I can't remember a couple of them, but what brought my memory back was being on HNP with Lisa Tong in California. And we're talking about persons with disabilities. These devices were in development for the hard of hearing, just like new glasses. Everything's always changing. We started out with a cell phone, 3-bag phone, to a 3-watt, to a handheld, to this is better technology. So anyway, I got to serve on Quota International. So I would bring to the table at the board meetings the requests of these deaf adults in the community that were in need of a telephone device, which cost, a couple $100 way back then. I don't remember, but so I had to present it to them and the board had to review it. And some people got funded or some people didn't, or somehow through the agency they got it, or whatever was happening, but it was a great experience. And technology is changing so much. I just told you, Tony Robbins AI just texted me on my iPhone, asking me about the Acts of Kindness series and talking back to me, which is kind of a little bit, I don't want all that kind of information, public information and who's who, or is this real, or somebody else has my information kind of thing. But anyway, back to, I was on Quota International, and yes, they were amazing ladies, that, bring world, service, and there's different charities, and down here in San Carlos, there's the SBCA. I have friends that are involved. I just joined the Parent Head. They party with a purpose. But they have events, they're stained glassing or this, and with, sea creatures and all that. And that's what's going to help us bring the next filter for Clean Water Foundation down here, either to an orphanage or to the community, the schools and all that. And so, in 2024, it's going to be Leon McLaughlin and Clean Water Foundation. We have a new vision and a mission, which is something that we all deserve, clean water, since birth. And so I'm real happy that I can shift that happiness over, especially through the Happy Neighborhood projects with you, Kurt, Emily, and Sue, Earl, Ralph, everybody that we've met. You guys, amazing things to bring all this teamwork together. And Emily, you've done an amazing job with all these, these little technology things that I can't really kind of do kind of thing because my hands are flying and I'm speaking, but you're behind the scenes of doing all that. So these are all these different organizations. So I just want to thank everybody too on World of Ability, Transforming Media, Lawrence Wingate Studios, Happy Neighbor Projects, Edwin Atterbury. Sorry, I got the sneeze going on, so I got to get it out. The cough is over. And we're healthy and safe too as well. But yes, there's different organizations and we're all learning about it. So my new organization is called Clean Water Foundation, and he's bringing filters to worldwide schools for $150. One filter will service at least 50 to 100 children in a school. And I was just with the Parent Heads down there. I presented to them in San Carlos, and they go, "That's all?" And I said, "Yeah." And I even talked to Annie Renee in the Equus Hotel. I said, one filter is $150. Just imagine how much we can serve. Everybody deserves clean water to drink. They'll alleviate the pain, the strain, the things that are going on unnecessary in our body. And so I'm really excited to work with Leon McLaughlin and Clean Water Foundation. So far, 30 years later, here I am. Another amazing organization. So thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you, Marianne. Always love to have you here, hearing all these good things going on. I'm going to take a moment to just kind of go around the room and see what's on top of your mind here as we are coming to the top of the hour. So, and actually, I do see Kurt coming on screen first. Do you want to go first or last?
Well, Curtin first kind of has a poetic quality to it, so I'll go ahead and go first.
All right.
So, well, yeah, I'm really enjoying the conversation about emotions and family and happiness, and I was talking to a friend earlier and talking about how my eldest sister was born in the mid-60s, the summer of 65, and and that it's interesting to consider if when we were born, how that has an effect on kind of how we show ourselves with another person, and and then thinking of the 60s and hippies and this whole business of happiness, peace, love, and joy. There it is. See, Mariana de Mexico going to it. So this is just really neat, and I'm enjoying Earl there with his DJ setup, but you can tell on his walls there that he's got the lights going, and it's like he's got a whole crowd there right in the room, but he's just really in the virtual crowd. And so just interesting, all these characters here. Ralph, I was talking about him yesterday on our program In the Know. And but with what we were talking about with Lions clubs and so forth and Happy Neighborhood Project, I kind of add on to this. It's a celebration of social enterprise. And we have a friend from the Happy Neighborhood Project, a person who has served as a servant leader, a co-host at HMP. And her name is Sharita Lacey out of Indiana. And Emily's got exciting news to share. So Emily, this is your cue. You're next. What's going on with Sharita Lacey and Social Enterprise, and what are people looking forward to on Friday?
And feel free to add anything, Kurt. Hopefully I get this right. But starting this coming Friday, there's I believe it's gonna be like a networking type group, Kurt.
And largely educational. It's going to be
educational too.
Social enterprise educational program. Yep.
That I believe is going like every Friday the next, I don't know, a while here. And we were talking to a person from BNI a couple of days ago, or a day ago. And there may be a possible collaboration with this networking and educational thing in BNI, and possibly starting another BNI chapter from anybody at this networking educational event. So that's sort of in the works. So that's kind of the biggest news from the last like day. I don't know if there anything else. Okay, I'm not sure what else to. But it starts at like 5 Eastern, 4 Central. So
everybody's invited.
All right. I just want to share I wanted to share one other more in San Carlos here. I don't know if you can see it. Everybody kind of has on your fridge. I hope you do emergencies. I want to thank, when I moved down here to San Carlos, I mean, we're sailors. And so there's different things for everybody, but I got to meet this amazing Riscati group, and they have, there's 2 different thrift stores down here. And the thrift store called Riscati, actually, people who donate their clothing, their items, their plates, their jewelry, their purses, everything that they profit goes to the EMT clinic behind them. And they have on Saturdays, which I just went and bought, amazing vegetables for 150 pesos, which is $750. I'm so geeked. Vegetables down here are amazing. And but anyway, it goes to their salaries. And Kurt, I know you and Sue too were EMTs. So the people who are donating to these thrift stores, charities, this is what is actually for their salaries. Okay. And they have the ambulance behind it. And when they found out also too, is I can go down there pretty much for free. And if something did happen, if I needed an ambulance, it would be taken care of. And these are amazing retired nurses that volunteer Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. They work for big pharma, they nurses, hospital nurses, ER nurses, heart surgeons, and they're amazing down here. And they are giving back to the community. And so I'm really blessed that I did get to, meet them and volunteer, and I get to go shop down there. And I'm not a gambler, but I do like to have nice clothes. And it's been amazing. And they had a half off of shoes. I got all new shoes pretty much from Walmart for 200 pesos. It says $10. I got 6 new pairs of shoes. Okay. I'm excited.
That's awesome.
I'm comfortable. I got them on. I just saw a lady there. She goes, "Are you wearing all?" I said, "Not quite yet, because the other ones are for Easter." But it was great fun with people watching us all try on all these different shoes, and knowing that the fact that my $10 in USA is going to the ambulances down here, and I know I'll be provided for, and bringing happy neighborhood projects down here, Clean Water Foundation. I did have experience with a neighbor who did break her hip. They were here, they were amazing. They called right away, they got her to the hospital, they got her transported, and pretty much she doesn't have any bills. She just needs to make a donation. So these are amazing organizations that do that, and to know that. And there's also the other thrift store, Castaway Kids, and their money goes to the musical department. Upstairs, they have music for the kids. So I get to
love it.
I get to shop. I get a new outfit to be on the World of Ability. I got comfortable shoes. And it's priceless because it is. Okay.
It is.
Everybody needs it, don't get me wrong. And it's been great fun too. And knowing that money is going to that organization. So thank you, Kurt and Sue, for your services for EMT also as well. I have a low battery, and everybody stay safe, and watch all the kind of cold and flu stuff that's kind of around affecting everybody. And we'll see you on Monday, Earl. Looking forward to making a PSA for Leanne McLaughlin Clean Water Foundation in Hawaii. Just imagine all this stuff is happening with us being on Zoom. And aloha. Adios, amigos and amiga. I'm Mariana Waikiki, Mariana de Mexico.
Aloha. Awesome.
Aloha.
Thank you. As always, Mariana. And actually, we have other EMTs in the crew here too. Earl and Ralph both have that background as well, if you can believe that. Talk about serving. That is an amazing little crew we have here. What are the odds that many of us in this group have that as a background? So thank you for what you're doing to support those in your area there, Marianne. That's huge.
So I started off back in the I started off back in the late 80s. I grew up into it. And by the time I get done my training, when I graduated in 86, I was ready to roll.
Awesome. That's amazing. I love so servant heart from all the way back. This is a great crew here. And for the World of Ability, what an amazing day we've had. The stories that have been shared, all that we have learned from each other, and all the contributions you guys have all made here for this programming. I cannot thank you enough. So again, my name is Sue Roskoff, and for all of us here with the World of Ability, we thank you.